a 90-hour cross-country run before being shipped off to backs, feet bound together, and then boom, shoved off the starting block.
Hold up. After going through all this,
You still
you still have 2 to 3 years of more training. Bro, what are they training for? Hi guys.
Welcome back again to the channel. Today we are going to be checking something interesting together. We are going to be diving into, I don't know why the name is not popping. We are going to be diving into every elite unit in German Special Forces explained. We've previously checked out a particular unit. I think that was the KSK.
Yeah.
And we saw the procedure, their military training and everything.
It was tenacious.
Yes, it was very demanding. And let's check out every unit on every section of their military together. So let's get right into the video, guys.
All right.
From deep behind enemy lines to top secret black ops, Germany's special forces take on some of the most high-stakes missions out there. We're talking about the Army's KSK, Navy's KSM, the EGB troops with next-level combat skills, and the legendary GSG-9 from the Federal Police. These guys, they're built different. Elite warriors, all locked in with the same relentless mindset. Let's break it down. How these units get picked, how they're trained, and what kind of combat skills they bring to the fight. The Kommando Spezialkräfte, or KSK, is a heavyweight brigade level unit in the German army, built for the kind of missions that most wouldn't dare take on. We're talking black ops, high-value target takedowns, counterterrorism, hostage rescue.
We recently saw the German sniper competition.
Yeah, that was intense.
These guys are so good.
That was intense. I think they came third or
they
second,
came
if I'm
third.
not mistaken.
Third.
Wow.
It was really
Like the
intense.
best snipers in the whole wide world.
And they are
And
like
they came
third
third.
ranking. That's impressive.
Sniper, get
direct
down.
action, executive protection, irregular warfare, rapid response emergencies, you name it. If it's high risk and high stakes, the KSK is on it. The unit falls under the command of the Rapid Forces Division and is structured into 2 battalion-sized sections, Operational Forces and Support Forces. The Operational Forces are split into 3 commando companies, each packing around 100 highly trained operators.
Wow.
Within these companies, you've got 5 specialized platoons, each dialed in for a specific role, ready to adapt to whatever terrain or situation the mission throws at them. For example, the 1st platoon is all about vehicle insertions, getting in fast and hitting hard on wheels. The 2nd platoon is specialized in airborne insertions. The 3rd platoon takes the fight to the amphibious operations, while the 4th platoon is built for extreme environments, from scorching deserts, dense jungles, and chilling mountains, to freezing Arctic terrain. Each platoon is broken down into 4 commando squads, and every squad is made up of 4 elite operators, handpicked from the German army and placed where they'll be most effective. Each squad member has a specialized role. One's a weapons expert, another's a medic, and then there's a combat engineer handling demolitions and breaching, and finally, the communications expert. On top of that, some squads might have extra specialists like heavy weapons pros or language experts. Then there are support companies like the Special Commando Company, featuring joint terminal attack controllers who call in airstrikes with pinpoint accuracy, along with IED disposal experts and military dog handlers. Special Reconnaissance Company is expert in gathering intel. These guys are the ones who feed critical battlefield data to the commando companies, using everything from old-school recon tactics to high-tech surveillance gear. The KSK selection process for combat roles comes in 2 brutal phases. First up is a 3-week of physical and psychological tests, where about 60% of candidates tap out. Those who survive move on to the real test, a 3-month endurance phase that pushes even the toughest to their limits, with a pass rate of just 8 to 10%. This phase takes place deep in the Black Forest, where candidates face a 90-hour cross-country run before being shipped off to a grueling 3-week international combat survival course. Make it through all that, and you earn the chance to start KSK's legendary 2 to 3 year training cycle. This isn't just any training.
Wait, hold up.
Going through this.
Hold up. After going through all this,
You still
have 2 to 3 years of more training. Bro, what are they training for? Like what? Because for them to, after going through all this training, they still have to go to 2 to 3 more years of training. I feel like these guys are going to be impenetrable.
Yes, I was thinking this training they are talking about is just it, but hearing they still have to go for more trainings. And even the training we are even watching now is tedious. It's tasking.
Wow.
What do you mean 19 whole hours of training?
Uh,
World class, with around 20 specialized courses across 17 different schools worldwide. Candidates head to Norway to master Arctic survival, Austria for mountain warfare,
Wow.
El Paso or Israel for desert or bush combat,
Wow.
San Diego for amphibious ops, and Belize for hardcore jungle
I
training.
was actually
The wep-
thinking when they said that they need to go to desert, I was putting in my head because to a little extent I know the landscape of Germany. I wanted to ask, does German has deserted area
Yeah.
like desert, not those kind of
I know
sandy.
it will have snowy.
But they just say they go to Israel for desert
Yeah,
training.
okay.
Like they literally move around different countries for different kind of
Training.
because of the extreme,
Yeah, because they
weather
don't know
condition
where they're going
there.
to be deployed to.
Yes, and even for them to adapt to any extreme weather condition, that's a whole lot of money to the German budget military.
Weapons and gear can change depending on the missions. Their standard loadout includes variants of the G95 assault rifle and P30 pistol. Snipers don't just stick to the standard G22 and G28 sniper rifle. When it comes to mobility, KSK use off-road quads, modified dirt bikes, and a variety of boats, or even snowmobiles for Arctic deployments. The KSK doesn't operate in silos. They regularly team up with elite special forces from allied nations like the Australia 2nd Commando Regiment, Denmark's Jaeger Corps, British SAS, Canada's Joint Task Force 2, Irish Army Ranger Wing, Poland's JW Grom, and the US Delta Force. By the way, if you'd like us to do a video on any of these special forces, let us know.
Yeah, definitely do a video on them.
Commando
Like the Grom.
Special Kraft Marine, or KSM. These guys
I've heard a lot
are the
about them.
Bundeswehr, elite maritime special forces.
Yes,
Think of them as Germany's answer to the US Navy SEALs. These guys take on some of the toughest special ops missions at sea, from stealthy insertions to direct action raids. The KSM has been around longer than any other German special forces unit, dating back
The
to
fact
when
they
West
can carry
Germany
all
joined
this
NATO
load
in
and
1955.
wow.
That makes them the oldest of the German SOF. Their motto, which translates to learn to suffer without complaining. These guys are built for endurance, resilience, and pure mental toughness. When it comes to symbols, the KSM leans into its maritime roots. The trident, that's not just for show. It represents their dominance in amphibious warfare. The KSM is made up of multiple specialized units, including combat swimmers and diver groups. The combat swimmers are trifibious, meaning they operate in the air, on land, and sea. But despite their maritime focus, about 80% of their missions go down on land. On the other hand, the frogmen are divers, parachutists, speedboat pilots, explosive experts, lone fighters, and much more. When things hit the fan, they're the first ones in, handling the toughest, most high-risk missions. They gather intel in crisis zones, rescue hostages, reclaim hijacked ships, identify high-value targets abroad, take the fight to terrorist threats, and carry out covert ops for the Bundeswehr. Special operations boat teams and maritime mobile medical squads are always backing them up. KSM teams roll out in small, tight-knit units, usually just 4 to 5 operators. Each squad is stacked with a team leader, forward air controller, sniper, medic, and radio operator to keep missions running smoothly. Their special boat units handle maritime interdictions and get the combat divers where they need to go, while the command and support unit takes care of the big picture stuff: mission planning, logistics, and coordination. Making it into the KSM is no joke, with only about 30% of the candidates making the cut. To even qualify for training, you've got to be a German citizen between 17 and 32 years old and in peak physical condition. The baseline fitness test includes a 1,000-meter swim in under 24
1,000
minutes,
meter swim.
a 5,000-meter run in under
When
22
they freeze in the
minutes,
water,
and
and the
30
water will be very
meters
freezing.
underwater swim without gear and a 60-second breath hold underwater. You'll also need to clear a sports test with at least 20 points and pass strict medical exams for diving and parachuting. The civilians must commit to 12 years of service, and even if you tick all those boxes, the real challenge is just getting started. KSM isn't just about pushing your body to the limit, it's a full-on mental breakdown. The physical grind is tough, but it's the psychological pressure that makes most candidates tap out. Strength and endurance can be built over time, but conquering fear, that's what sets them apart. The first 4 weeks of introductory training or straight up brutal. This phase is designed to break you down physically and mentally, pushing candidates to their limits. One of the most infamous drills, bound swimming. Trainees, fully geared up in combat suits, get their hands tied behind their backs, feet bound together, and then boom, shoved off the starting block into the pool. They've got to stay calm underwater for 30 seconds before a safety diver pulls them up. Mess up, panic, you're out. Then comes
They
hate
have
week.
enough safety divers to pull every one of them up.
I think individually they just. That's crazy. Is that
Sorry,
that's where the mental, psychological stuff?
There's a question I have to ask, and I don't know if I'm going to get the real answer, because I'm definitely sure the German government will not come and answer that question for me. Do people literally get unalived during all these trainings?
It's possible.
Because all these things, I feel like it's
tedious.
It's extreme.
You're pushing the body more than its limits. Wow, that's.
Stay calm in the freaking water with my hands tied behind my back.
That's
panic mode number one.
I can't. Even blindfolding me alone.
No.
Wow.
A pure sleep deprivation nightmare. Nights are packed with exhausting runs and brutal exercises, while days roll on like normal. Swimming, diving, and push-ups. There's even a drill where they have to enter and exit a submarine through a torpedo tube. And if that wasn't enough, the final test is a 30-kilometer swim in the frigid Baltic Sea, fully geared up, fighting the currents all the way to shore, no shortcuts, no breaks, just pure grit. If they make it through, they earn their place among the elite commando frogmen, ready to take on the world's most dangerous missions. The KSM has its own Air Wing 5. These guys fly Westland Lynx and Westland Sea King.
I'm sorry, I have to pause again, but I just noticed something, and there's another question I have to ask, which is this. How do this guy now, right? They dive into these oceans, and I'm very sure that the ocean is very cold, right? Now, this is
Depending on
training.
the weather.
Yeah. No matter the weather, the ocean will be very cold. You understand? This when they get to that mission, like the real life mission, not the training actually, they dive into the water, they come out, to insert behind enemy line. Do they carry like change of clothes, or do they wear that cold, wet clothes?
Imagine trying to change your clothes and your enemy is shooting at you.
Like, bro, that's insane. Then imagine they're trying to get some sleep at night in a freezing environment after coming out from the.
That's why they're trained for all of these things. Their body but their body adapt to it before going to the mission.
Wow.
See this guy jumping off that helicopter like no, he's
Like
jumping
he's
to the floor.
Giving the frogmen solid aerial support for maritime operations, whether it's infiltrating, extracting, or just bringing the heat from above. These choppers make sure Germany's special forces can hit hard and get out clean. Next up, we have the EGB forces, to bridge the gap between elite special forces and regular infantry. The German army came up with an idea of specialized army forces with expanded capabilities, EGB. These guys are a step above standard troops, but not quite full-on special forces. Most of them come from airborne units, trained to move fast and hit hard. Their missions? Everything from personal recovery and quick reaction force duties to direct action and backing up special ops teams when extra muscle is needed. The Naval Force Protection Battalion is split into 4 specialized companies, each with its own role. There's the Coastal Defense Company, keeping shorelines locked down, the Boarding Company, ready to storm enemy vessels, the Mine Clearance Diving Company, handling the dangerous job of clearing underwater threats, and the Reconnaissance Company, gathering intel to keep missions one step ahead. The German Air Force might not have a full-blown Special Forces unit, but they've got some serious specialized capabilities and play a key role in supporting special ops missions. Air Force Regiment Friesland. These guys are trained to lock down airfields and other strategic installations. 64 Helicopter Wing. When special ops operators need a fast in, fast out, these choppers get the job done, whether it's infiltration, exfiltration, or laying down firepower. Special Air Mission Wing. They mostly fly government VIPs, but don't underestimate them. They've got some serious skills to operate in high-threat zones. Joint Terminal Attack Controllers, JTACs. These are the eyes and ears for airstrikes. JTACs are highly trained to coordinate airstrikes with pinpoint accuracy. Last, we've got GSG 9, short for Border Guard Group 9. It's not a military special force, but a Tier 1 police tactical unit, built specifically for counterterrorism ops. Unlike military special forces, GSG 9 operates within the borders, since German constitution forbids using the military for domestic threats. Since their formation, GSG 9 has tackled over 1,500 missions, yet they've reportedly only fired shots 5 times. Getting into GSG 9 is no easy walk. First, candidates go through a 5-day assessment, including medical and psychological tests, firearms trainings, interviews, and a brutal physical test. Only 10 to 15% survive the selections phase. Moving on to 4.5 months of intensive training. This covers everything from marksmanship, CQB, land navigation, and high-pressure training. The final week, pure hell week, where candidates must prove their skills under extreme stress before earning the GSG 9 badge. Once in, operators level up with an additional specializations, including parachuting, maritime ops, advanced marksmanship, diving, skydiving, surveillance, and EOD. GSG 9's operational section is divided into 4 specialized units. First unit, Sniper Specialists, master of precision shots in high-stakes scenarios. Second unit, Tactical Divers, handling underwater missions and emergency boat ops. Third unit, Freefall Jumpers, dropping into action from high altitudes. Fourth unit, Berlin-based, standing ready for rapid response in urban crisis. While GSG 9 is a domestic police unit, they can be deployed abroad for hostages rescues, working alongside the KSK and KSM operators. Their reputation is so legendary that many other counterterrorism units from around the world have modeled themselves after GSG 9. And that's a wrap on Germany's Special Ops Forces. So which unit do you think is the most badass? And if you had the chance,
KSK.
which one would you want to roll with?
I still feel like KSK, because in KSK, like, it literally covers
sections.
every section.
There are different units.
Yeah, it feels like KSK covers like every single aspect of everything.
Military.
You understand? So for me, I'm not. It's still the KSK. After the KSK, the GSG 9. That's the top 2 for my list.
When you KSK, they say they have 30% chance of, like the candidates have 30% chance of, going through the whole training. Why for the last one you just said, it's 10 to
10%.
15% chances. So I think this other one is tedious, although KSK 2 is tedious.
The thing is this,
All
right?
of them are tedious.
The thing is this, right? In KSK, right, they said 60% tap out in the first 3 weeks. So it is the remaining 40. Out of that 40%, it is not all of them that is still going to make it to the last finish line. And remember that most of them still have to travel to,
different countries.
different countries to go and
I'm
train.
forgetting that part of it.
Do you understand?
This is tedious.
So it is. They have to go to the desert to train. They don't just train on the water. They train in desert. They train in extreme environments. But the GSG 9, quite alright. I'm not underrating them because I love their specialty at the same time. But if you look at the different training that you see that there is different. And then you know that this one kind of like, I feel like they kind of like on a larger scale. So they kind of like make their training a little bit, just little.
But it's actually very amusing for me because I didn't even know Germans go through this kind of
Training.
to go
Yeah.
through this kind of training. I've checked out different special forces from different countries and their training, but this German one, I think it's ranking to be one of the hardest I've seen. It's tedious. It's demanding.
Yeah, it's top there.
strenuous.
It's top there.
It's top there. It's one of them. Oh guys, let me know what you think about this down in the comment section. Let me know your favorite, elite forces down there. And are these all the elite forces in in Germany? Let me know that as well. I'll see you on my next one. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Love you guys. Bye.